You spend $50,000 on an SUV thinking you're making a smart, reliable investment. 2 years later, you're staring at a repair bill that says $6,000 for a head gasket failure. And the mechanic just shrugged and said, yeah, these engines do that. That's the moment you realize brand loyalty means nothing if the engineering is trash. Right now in 2026, the SUV market is flooded with options that look great on the showroom floor, but fall apart the moment the warranty expires. Pretty infotainment systems and luxury badging don't mean a thing when your transmission grenades itself at 80,000 miles. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Most SUVs are not built to last. They're built to look good in commercials and move off dealer lots, but there are exceptions. And those exceptions matter because some SUVs have nearly a 50% chance of hitting 200,000 miles or more. That's not luck. That's engineering that refuses to fail. So let's cut through the marketing and talk about the 10 SUVs that actually deliver on the promise of long-term reliability. These are the vehicles mechanics respect. The ones owners drive for 15 years without fear. The ones that prove you don't need to trade in every 5 years just to avoid catastrophic failure. Here are the 10 SUVs that never break down. Number 10, Nissan Murano. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Nissan? Really? But hear me out on this one. The 2024 Murano has a reliability rating of 91 out of 100, which is near perfect. Thanks largely to the 3.5 liter V6 engine under its hood, a workhorse engine that has been powering the Murano for years. This is a naturally aspirated V6, not some turbocharged experiment that's going to cook itself after 100,000 miles. It's proven. It's straightforward. When it comes to repairs, annual ownership costs are around $500, which is shockingly low for a mid-size SUV. The Murano isn't flashy. It's not going to win any off-road competitions. But if you need a smooth, quiet daily driver that isn't going to leave you stranded, this is one of the most underrated picks on the market. It just works. And in 2026, that's become a rare thing. Number 9, Subaru Outback. According to Consumer Reports, Subaru is the best overall automotive brand for the second year in a row based on reliability, safety, owner satisfaction, and road test evaluations. Subaru also boasts 7 Consumer Reports recommended vehicles in its lineup, and the Outback is one of them. With regular maintenance, Subaru Outbacks often last well over 250,000 miles, and many owners report reaching 300,000 plus miles without major issues. That's not an exaggeration. That's what happens when you build a vehicle with a horizontally opposed engine that reduces vibration and wear, pair it with all-wheel drive that's standard across the board, and avoid chasing horsepower wars. The Outback isn't a traditional SUV, it's a lifted wagon. But RepairPal lists an annual average maintenance cost of around $607, and that includes oil changes, brake work, and the occasional CVT service. You compare that to luxury SUVs costing $1,200 a year or more, and you start to see why people keep these things until the odometer stops working. It's practical, it's durable, and it doesn't pretend to be something it's not. Number 8, Mazda CX-5. If you want an SUV that actually feels good to drive and won't punish you for it, the CX-5 is your answer. The 2025 version keeps everything people love and adds a few tech upgrades. It looks good, handles well, and doesn't break down often. It's stylish, safe, and strong on quality, especially for the price. This one's easy to recommend for daily drivers. The 2024 Mazda CX-5 has a predicted reliability score of 82 out of 100. A JD Power predicted reliability score of 81 to 90 is considered great. And here's the kicker. Mazda achieved this without cutting corners on driving dynamics. Most reliable SUVs feel numb and boring. The CX-5 doesn't. It has sharp steering, a solid suspension, and an interior that feels a class above its price point. This isn't the cheapest SUV on the list, but if you're someone who values driving enjoyment alongside reliability, the CX-5 delivers both without compromise, and that's increasingly rare. Number 7, Acura MDX. Now we're stepping into the luxury segment. And if you're going to spend luxury money, you better be getting luxury reliability. For the 2026 model year, the Acura MDX earned an impressive above average reliability rating of 4.0 out of 5. That's second out of a total of 14 mid-sized luxury SUVs that were evaluated. With proper maintenance and mindful driving, this SUV regularly delivers 15 to 20 years of dependable service, often reaching 300,000 miles or more. Its balance of durability, performance, and comfort makes it one of the most trusted luxury SUVs on the road today. The MDX is essentially a Honda Pilot in a nicer suit. Same engineering philosophy, same focus on long-term durability, but with better materials, a quieter cabin, and more refined road manners. The Acura MDX has an estimated annual repair cost of $571, which is $236 below the luxury midsize SUV's average. That's the sweet spot. You get the luxury badge without the European repair bills. If you need 3 rows, leather seats, and reliability that doesn't quit, the MDX is one of the smartest buys in the luxury SUV segment. Number 6, Honda CR-V. This is the SUV that refuses to die. The 2025 model of the CR-V is the second highest consumer rated compact SUV on JD Power with a score of 83 out of 100, which is quite impressive. RepairPal also gives it a 4.5 out of 5 stars for reliability, ranking second out of 26 compact SUVs. A well-maintained Honda CR-V can last between 250,000 and 300,000 miles, which is an impressive feat. However, reaching this milestone requires diligent maintenance. Without proper care, your CR-V might struggle to reach the 200,000 mile mark. But here's the thing, Honda makes it easy to take care of. On average, owners can expect to spend a little over $400 a year on repairs, and parts are everywhere. The CR-V is not exciting. It's not particularly fast. It doesn't have flashy styling. But the CR-V is an SUV that will serve you well for years without demanding much in return. It's the automotive equivalent of a reliable friend who shows up on time, doesn't complain, and never lets you down. That's worth more than horsepower and heated massaging seats. Number 5, Toyota Highlander. This is the 3-row family hauler that actually lives up to the hype. Covering model years 2018 to 2026, the Toyota Highlander receives an average reliability score of 84 out of 100, categorized as excellent, with repair costs estimated at $489 annually, below the mid-size SUV average. The Highlander remains a roomy, comfortable, functional, and likely reliable choice among mid-size 3-row SUVs. It's not the most exciting vehicle on the road. The turbo 4-cylinder that replaced the V6 isn't as smooth or satisfying, but families don't need smooth and satisfying. They need something that starts every morning, fits 3 car seats across the second row, and doesn't strand them on the way to soccer practice. And the Highlander delivers year after year, mile after mile. It's the reason you see 10-year-old Highlanders with 180,000 miles still selling for $20,000. People know what they're worth. Number 4, Mazda CX-9. The second Mazda on this list, and for good reason. In studies completed by RepairPal, the Mazda CX-9 achieved a reliability score of 4 out of 5, which ranks first out of 14 full-size SUVs rated. Compared to the average, the Mazda CX-9 was found to have a lower annual repair cost and far less severe repair issues than similar vehicles. This is a 3-row SUV that doesn't drive like a 3-row SUV. Mazda's flagship SUV has nimble handling that makes it feel like a smaller vehicle. The ride is very comfortable and the cabin is commendably quiet. The 2.5-liter turbo 4-cylinder is responsive and efficient. And unlike some competitors, it doesn't require premium fuel to make decent power. The CX-9 is proof that you don't have to sacrifice driving dynamics to get a reliable family SUV. It's refined, durable, and one of the best kept secrets in the segment. If you need 3 rows and don't want to feel like you're piloting a school bus, this is your vehicle. Number 3, Lexus RX 350. Here's where things get serious. The Lexus RX has a long history of being one of the most reliable luxury SUVs you can buy. The 2025 version continues that trend with a smooth ride, a very quiet cabin, and excellent build quality. Owners report few problems year after year, and the resale value stays high. And here's the kicker. Underneath that Lexus badge is essentially a Toyota. Same engineering philosophy, same obsession with long-term durability, but wrapped in a nicer package with better materials and more sound insulation. The RX 350 is more expensive up front than a RAV4 or Highlander. But when you look at total cost of ownership over 10 years, the numbers start to even out because it doesn't depreciate like a luxury vehicle. It doesn't have European repair costs, and it doesn't surprise you with $3,000 bills at 90,000 miles. If you want luxury without the anxiety, the RX 350 is the move. Number 2, Toyota 4Runner. The Toyota 4Runner has always been a symbol of rugged dependability in the SUV market, and the 2025 4Runner keeps that legacy alive. It's still riding on a tough body-on-frame platform, but it now shares its bones with the new Tacoma pickup, which should give you a good idea of just how tough and capable it is. The 4Runner is known to last well beyond 200,000 miles, and with Toyota's reputable, rock-solid engineering behind it, it's a smart choice for anyone who wants a car that's as tough as it is reliable. These same data points show the Toyota 4Runner is typically driven 13,099 miles a year during its first 10 years of use and has a 47.1% chance of reaching at least 200,000 miles. Nearly 50% chance. Think about that. Half of all 4Runners will hit 200,000 miles. That's not marketing. That's real world data. The 4Runner doesn't change much year to year, and that's by design. Toyota perfected the formula and refuses to mess with it. It's not the most fuel efficient. It's not the smoothest on the highway, but if you want an SUV that will outlast your mortgage, this is it. Number 1, Lexus GX. And here we are, the top of the mountain. The 2025 Lexus GX takes the top spot for reliability. It's tough, comfortable, and built like a tank. It still has a V8 engine and old school body on frame design, which means it can handle rough roads and long trips without issues. Owners swear by it for long lasting quality and very few repairs. If you want an SUV that feels fancy but is also strong and dependable, the GX is as solid as they come. It shares a platform with the Toyota Land Cruiser, which is legendary for durability. But the GX wraps all that capability in leather, wood trim, and a cabin so quiet you can hear your passengers whisper. The ride is quiet and comfortable, and off-road capability is commendable. This is a vehicle that can tow a trailer through the desert, cross a river, and park at a country club without looking out of place. And it will do all of that for 20 years without complaint. The Lexus GX is expensive. There's no getting around that. But when you factor in resale value, low repair costs, and the fact that you'll likely never need to replace it, the math starts to make sense. This is the SUV you buy once and drive forever. So there you have it. 10 SUVs that actually live up to the promise of reliability. No turbo 4-cylinders that grenade themselves, no CVTs that whine and slip, no electrical systems that require a software engineer to diagnose, just solid proven engineering that refuses to quit. Which one are you driving? Or better yet, which one are you avoiding after a bad experience? Drop your story in the comments. And if this video saved you from making a $50,000 mistake, hit that like button and subscribe, because the next one might save you even more.